Hello, hi. I'm so excited to be here.
Me too.
Thanks for having me at your beautiful jungle. What do we call it?
This is my paradise. I just feel like I've been able to move into paradise, my little haven here.
It's so beautiful. Yeah. And we were talking on the way here about Tulum just being like this magical place that so many like-minded people are drawn to.
Mm,
And I feel like this theme of like freedom is just so many people's values here.
right?
Yes. So you were saying that freedom is like your main, it's like your favorite word?
It is. I mean, I even took it as my last name now. So I
Oh
am
my gosh.
Claudia Freedom nowadays on social
Yes.
media because I feel like that is so resonating with who I am and what I truly want to create for myself and for the people around me on all planes, like physically, mentally, spiritually, and how we express and how much like possibility and opportunity we have. That creates
Mm.
freedom.
I love it. I love it so much. So, what does freedom feel like for you?
Freedom for me feels like not having to set an alarm in the morning,
Yeah.
being able to talk to the people that I resonate with, and spend my time in a way that feels aligned and peaceful. Also, I mean, I'm very much of a like I like when things move fast. I love like adventure, but at the same time, just being able to just relax, catch my breath, and enjoy beautiful nature, beautiful deep conversations, as I do with you, for example. That's freedom. Not needing to like check the clock. Oh wait, I have to do this and I have to do that. Like I mean, I have some days where I really schedule in a lot of things that I love.
Yeah.
But that is also part of my freedom, only scheduling in things that I love.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love it all. Yes, this is amazing. And yeah, to me, that's like right in with alignment, right? Yeah. And do you know your human design type?
I'm a manifester.
Manifester.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or no, generator. I'm a generator.
A generator?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or a manifesting generator?
No, I'm a generator.
A generator.
Sorry,
That's bad. Okay. No, it's okay. Amazing. Because
I feel like a manifester.
I mean, we all have the ability to manifest, right?
Yeah, right?
But yeah, so because what you had said prior to that reminded me of the generator, and that's why I asked, because I thought you were. So the generator, and so am I. So we're aligned.
So this amazing woman, she's really into human design,
Really?
which is really
I'm
cool.
obsessed.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you were saying was like you enjoy having things in your schedule that like bring you joy, fun, fulfillment, right? And
That's aligned with my purpose.
well, that's what you're here to do as a generator. It's like if you're not doing those things, the sign of not living in alignment is frustration.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
If things like disturb what I am here to do, I start feeling frustrated. And I think for me, that's a sign of kind of, it's a healthy sign because it reminds me that, oh, you're distracted.
Exactly.
And that gives me a chance to like collect myself back, focus onto why I'm here, which brings me to this class.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, and I love what you just said there because that is like exactly the advice that I give people when I work with them is yeah, it's like when you're not in alignment, it's not anything to be ashamed of or anything, right? It's a sign to recognize like, oh, this emotion is here to teach me something. Yeah. And then I can get myself back on track. And it's never too late to realign. Every moment is a new opportunity.
And I think so many people, I've been like that myself before until I learned to treat myself and my feelings with more compassion and understanding. I used to kind of like push all those things aside, like, oh, I'm not a good person if I feel like this or that. But it's just natural things giving us signs if we're where we're supposed to be or not. Even anger, sadness, frustration, all of these are just signs. But I remember earlier in my life, I had a lot of issues with like I was very imbalanced. So I was at the place where I couldn't really handle those emotions. So I kind of like was almost forced to try to push them aside, because if I did, it was a really weird place to be. Like I were or am, it depends on how you look at it, what the doctors would like to call like bipolar.
Okay.
Which means that I had like really deep lows and really high highs where I couldn't really balance myself.
Okay.
And I did everything that I could to kind of like try to find balance. I tried therapy, I tried mindfulness, meditation, better diet. I even tried like prescription drugs and all of those things. But the only thing that truly helped me, even though like healing and stuff had like a temporary positive effect, I always fell back into this imbalance.
Okay.
Until I found my beautiful water.
Oh my
Seriously,
gosh.
this has been the most transformative thing in my whole life.
Wow.
And it's not regular tap water.
Okay. Yeah, we don't recommend drinking regular tap water.
No, especially not here
not in Mexico.
And I mean, people in Sweden actually still do drink tap water. I don't know how it is in Canada.
Same in Canada. Yeah.
Even though it's like still super toxic.
Totally. I wouldn't do it. No. And I just want to say too, if you're hearing some construction noises, welcome to Tulum. There's so much development happening here. And you know, yes, it gets annoying, but we can't complain because we have beautiful brand new places like this. So
yeah, I feel so blessed. I have a pool downstairs and a pool on the rooftop. I have a gym.
Yeah.
I have this beautiful balcony and this beautiful queen size bed, and I just feel like I have everything I need here and more.
And you were saying earlier how like something that you love about Tulum is kind of this balance between, would you say, like there's like the luxury and then like the humbleness?
Yeah, like the rough and like where people are like living in a lot of like scarcity, and then the contrast with people like living super lush.
Yeah.
And I just told you like it's a little bit strange because I kind of like enjoy both, because the energies in the people who live very humble oftentimes very, very open and kind and sweet. But what I've recognized with the people living super luxuriously is they are just the same. We're just the same. Like wealth and money doesn't really change who we are. It only changed what we are possible or capable of creating for ourselves and each other. I love having extra to, give to others, or because I have so many friends that've been asking me to like support them in different ways, and I'm always happy to be able to do that if I can.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I want my pockets to overflow so much so that I can bless everyone.
That is so beautiful.
And also like create things that are good for not only us humans but also the environment. I've been very passionate about the environment, plants and animals, and forever, ever since I was a child.
I hear you. That's something that I love about being here too, is just like how the nature is so integrated with even a lot of the buildings. There's so many, like this apartment building is so open concept, and you feel like you're out in the jungle, but you've also got this like nice place right here, and it's just like a beautiful blend of both. And I feel the same way. Like I've been living kind of like this simple life in Mexico, and I could go rent a scooter and make my life a little bit easier, but part of me is also like, you know what, it's kind of fun to ride a bicycle around the street, and like it's just a different experience, going to pick up groceries on a bicycle. This is interesting. And I have like one little portable stove burner. I've been cooking all my meals on. And I'm okay with it. It's just an experience.
And I also only have like two, what is it called?
Like the stove?
Yeah, the two elements on the stove. And it works. It enough, you know? And
Totally.
I also wanted to, for the sake of the viewers, I would like you to introduce yourself and also your podcast, because we're gonna put this on your podcast and also on my YouTube channel, Vital Living. So please tell me about your podcast a little bit.
Totally, yeah. So my podcast is called Aligned as Fuck. This is for the ambitious woman who is made for more, not willing to settle, you know? Like, I think that so many times a pressure in our society is that we have to like live life a certain way. And it's like, maybe we're not really fulfilled. It's just kind of mediocre and people settle for it. And I'm just like, no. What if we didn't settle for it? What if we actually just tune into like, what does my soul want to do?
Yeah.
What makes my heart happy? Because to me, living in alignment is everything. So I'm an alignment coach. My name is Martina.
Martina.
I also teach human design because I kind of incorporate like human design system. It's a really great tool to get to know yourself on the deeper levels. Really connect with like, why is my soul here? Like, what are my strengths? What are my gifts? What am I here to do? And then I also am certified in somatic coaching as well. So I'm a trauma-informed somatic coach because really like our bodies hold all the answers. You were talking earlier about, you know, not necessarily understanding how to process emotion.
No, not necessarily understanding, just not having that amount of energy that was required to even be capable.
Okay.
So that was my sickness, So I wasn't even capable of handling them. So that was really hurtful. But now I feel like super aligned with just sharing this knowledge and spreading the word about living water, because even if we filter our water, we still drink dead oxidative water that is damaging our bodies and lowering our energy. So for me, it's all about understanding energy. How can I bring as much energy into my vessel as possible through sunlight, through water, through food, through our thoughts and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Because handling difficult emotions costs a lot of energy. Yeah. That's why trauma is so harmful, because it usually takes more than we have the possibility to kind of like refill our top.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, I hear you. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I had all of the mental tools. I had all of the spiritual tools. I was diving so deep into all of that prayer, talking to my spirit guides, meditating, everything. It was just not enough. Yeah. Okay. So mind, body, and soul, all of these are important for holistic health. I was mostly focused on mental and spiritual. And when the physical part came in and just locked in, it was like the missing puzzle piece for me that made everything just.
Oh, that is so cool. Okay, and for me, I was so focused on physical health for years, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah, so you had to go the opposite way.
Yeah.
You had to learn more
I went
about
physical, then mental, and then spiritual. And now I'm like, oh, okay, like I've got all the pieces and it makes sense. So cool. Yes. But yeah, I think that's a really great example. And it's just a cool way to see like the differences in our journeys, but how we both found that like those are like the key ingredient to living in alignment.
Yeah, and I think for each and every one of us, I think it's important to see which link of the weaker link and work on that. Even though we're, like, for me, very passionate about spirituality, like I'm super into that. I feel like some people might judge me like a little bit sometimes. I'm okay with that, but I started to see that all of these woo-woo stuff are actually connected to the earth thing as well. Or it felt like it was my mission to take all of that into embodied lifestyle. So now I find balance, and then everything is just so much easier.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
I want to add to this because this was a thought that was in my mind earlier today, which is hilarious how it's coming up now too. I was like, I don't, I used to use the term woo woo. And I'm like, I don't even like that because to me, this implies, and this is just my own, like, whatever, opinionated belief.
Yeah.
I'm like, this to me implies that it's like something that I'm believing in that's like be a little out there and people may judge me. And now I'm like, no, you know what? It just fucking is.
Yeah, and
It's just life. It's like we're all spiritual beings.
we are. It's
Doesn't
like
matter if you
this,
believe in it or not. Like
yeah, and
you are.
it has this like judgmental tone to
Yeah.
it, like to the people who don't understand, kind of like try to, kind of like
Yeah.
neglect it. But we are spiritual beings having a
Yeah.
human experience, not the opposite way around.
Totally.
So
whether you believe it or not,
yeah,
it's
I
it's
am
happening.
a spirit, and I'm here to guide Claudia, this being, to have the most amazing life that you possibly can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we are all one. You can't deny it. It's like that's why we all have to like we have resonant feelings, and we all share energy because we are energy. That's just it. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm ditching the word. For me personally, I'm ditching the word woo woo because I'm like,
yeah, thank you. Just forget that I even said it. It's like highly spiritual, aligned as fuck. That's what we want to say instead.
Yeah, just live in your best life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that is so that is so in line with what's happening right now because there's so many shifts going on, like energetically. And I feel like it's not only me or people around me, like, but I hear it from people all over the world. There's big shift where people are just stepping away from things that are not serving them anymore. If it be people, thoughts, patterns, or anything else, really, it's like we are really in this big shift. And I think many of us, we feel it. It's like we were on this airplane, we've been lifting from the ground for a while, and we're still connected to everything beneath us. We see the city, we see everything, like, oh, it starts to look a little bit smaller and smaller, and then we hit the clouds and everything starts shaking. We're like, whoa, what's happening? So the clouds are actually the thing that's kind of like the barrier in a way that will help us to move above all of the drama, all of the things that are holding us still back on this plane. We're moving into something bigger. We're moving into this clear blue sky with the sun, and we just have to go through this a little bit turbulent period because that's what's happening. And and things that are not for us, they will fall off naturally. It doesn't have to be dramatically. It doesn't have to be like painful. Just relax, enjoy.
I hear you. It's like a collective rise in consciousness happening. People are waking up to the fact that maybe we were talking earlier too about how if a lot of people here, they're living this life of freedom, this life of like, I don't want to be in a cubicle 40 hours a week. No, like fuck that. I want to live my best life barefoot on the beach, under palm trees, connecting with high vibe, like-minded people. Like that feels more fulfilling.
Eat fresh fruit every day, and have time for self-reflection, jumping into the snow thing.
Yes, totally. And you were saying you worked like the least amount lately, and I'm like, me too.
This half a year, I don't know. I have worked so much less than I thought was possible for me, and I've been still like, it's been still sustainable for me, which is amazing. But that is because I made the choice to build this up, and I told you before as well. I'm so happy that I got in shape again, because in my pursuit of this lifestyle, of course, I had to put in effort, I had to put in time and take aligned action. And and I've been like really dedicated in sharing my knowledge when it comes to this water, supporting people who want to be with me on this journey. And now I feel like, okay, I've been able to enjoy the fruits of that, which is actually going back to myself again, because I had to put some things aside to be able to create this. And it was totally worth it. I would do it all again. But now I just feel like, oh, finally I'm here. I'm able to take care of my sweet, soft heart and all of these things that I felt like was the fuel, the driving force for me, that was like, I'm sick of it. I don't want to live like this anymore. I just want to have a life where I don't even have to go through anything like this ever again. And voila, here I am.
Amazing, amazing. So can you tell us more about this water that I'm drinking?
Yeah,
because I don't really know much about it yet, but I'd love to hear and share.
So this water completely transformed my life. A friend of mine, she's like, "Hey, you have to look at this. This is something that's gonna like create such a huge impact and revolutionize like my life, and I want you on this journey with me." What is this?
Magic water?
Like what kind of, yeah, okay. So she told me this very special water. I'm like, yeah, of course, everyone needs water, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I've been into health for a long time, but I kind of didn't take water, which is the biggest building block of our bodies, into account for some reason, because we don't learn about this in school, or not many people even think about it. It's like water is water, right? It's this clear
water,
almost like odorless liquid that we're just supposed to drink. But then I realized that this water is not only purified, it's restructured into this hexagonal crystalline structure. It's supercharged with electrons, which our full being is actually made of. Like, we are electrical beings, electrical signals.
We are energy.
Yeah, inside of a mostly water body. And here we got both.
And how much of our body is water?
Somewhere between 60 and 80%, depending on how dehydrated we are. We can go down to 55 when we're very old and wrinkly.
Right.
But if we go further down, we actually die from it.
Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah, but when we are born, we are 90% water.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very hydrated.
Yeah. And what's his name? Wait. Joe Dispenza.
I love Joe Dispenza.
He's so cool. He's like such a beautiful bridge between spirituality and science.
Yes.
And he said, like, the more crystalline we become in nature, or in our spiritual nature, the more we will be connected to the whole energetic field, right? But for that to happen, we have to raise our hydration. So when we're able to keep our hydration really high, we will have a much easier time to process all of the downloads. We will have clearer messages, clearer telepathy, and all of these.
That is so cool. I had no idea.
And
it makes sense.
I've experienced it firsthand, because I was not functioning properly without this kind of water. I was drinking normal water, tap water. It didn't do what this did to me. So what I experienced when I had just my first glass, I actually started to feel this buzzing sensation in my arms and in my brain. Yeah.
So your frequency was already elevated.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And in 2 days, I had my first like detox. My urine was like green.
Wow.
And it was, it smelled really bad.
Wow. That's so interesting.
Yeah. And after that, like, I had my first winter without a winter depression. I was like, that's
Really?
weird because I was so used to having winter depressions. That was like a definite every winter.
Mm,
So I haven't had a winter depression now for over 3 years. So my
amazing.
4th winter without a depression now.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. I'll drink to that.
Mm,
And in this like 3.5 years that I've been drinking this water, I only had one depression. And as a so-called bipolar individual, I'm not a fan of all of these labels, but I think it's easier to just label
yeah.
because then I don't have to explain what it's all about.
Yes, I
The
hear
people
you.
who know, they know, right?
Yeah.
So for a person who's been suffered in that way, to have only one depression is
Mhm.
huge. And that was when I was away from my machine. 2 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Coincidence? I actually don't think so.
But it's interesting to have that experience
Yeah.
because then it just really verifies that what you've been doing has really been helping.
And I don't say that water is the solution for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, food
Mm.
and exercise, sleep, good
Yeah.
relationships, and being aligned with yourself is
Yeah.
just all of these parts are very, very important. So, but it's just like water for me has been a huge, huge difference.
That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
And this is actually medical grade water. So the machines that produces this water are made in Japan, and they have the highest medical grade that you can get on this. It's called ionized water, or you can also call it ERW, which means electrolyte reduced water.
Okay.
And there are so much studies, so much science, so many doctors talking about this. There's so much proof out there that this makes a huge impact. And I don't think it's when been diving deeper into this, I realize it's not weird at all because we are mostly water. But in the beginning, it was like, but how can water make such a difference? I've been trying everything. And it actually, I was almost angry because I've tried everything. I've tried, medicine, psychopharmaca, and blah, 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 blah. I tried everything. But so many hours, so much effort, so many years.
Yes.
And struggling and feeling like, oh, maybe I'm just going to have to live like this. The doctors say. And it's like, takes a big toll on your self-esteem. It's horrible because I ruined so many friendships and partnerships because I was so not stable.
Okay.
Yeah. And where were I? Wait.
Something as simple as water
that's
being a solution.
Something as simple as water being a solution to this was like, why doesn't people talk about this? I was so angry. So I'm like, okay, then I guess it's up to me. Yeah, that's why I do it. That's why I'm so passionate about it. Because if it can help me so much, and if it can help other people, like I have my friend who had this autoimmune disease, were chronically in pain, for example. Okay. No more pain, healed her autoimmune disease, people healing from endometriosis, people healing from cancers, people being able to quit their antidepressants. And it's just so many amazing aspects out there that it's like I just can't deny it.
That is incredible. I love it.
And then, of course, I can't make any like health claims that this will absolutely guaranteed help with these things, but it might elevate it a lot. But you also have to take other things into account, obviously.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is if someone is having problems with their health, they feel like they've tried everything, they're committing to living a healthy lifestyle in every other way, water could be the missing link and it could provide a better solution. Yeah. And it's worth a try, right?
It's not only helping our health, it helps the environment as well, because we don't have to buy all of these plastic bottles all of the time.
And I don't like drinking out of plastic
I
anyway.
don't like that.
I got my glass bottles
Yeah.
all the time.
So it's just making such a big change.
That's incredible. Yeah. And back to the piece where you were talking about being angry, like, yeah, I can totally understand why you would feel that way. And I also kind of love when people get angry about something. And I mean this in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Because it's like that passion that fuels the creativity of something new, to find a solution, to be like,
Yeah.
I'm fucking mad this isn't working. I need to find a way.
Mhm.
And then it's like, well, we wouldn't have been motivated to otherwise.
Yeah.
So we had to get angry. And it's just about channeling that anger into something that can be creative and productive, right?
And then this other thing that I was feeling so frustrated about was my financial situation. Because I had started to realize, oh, there is other ways to live outside of this, kind of this rat race where we just live in this very, I don't know, usual common way. But I started going to different areas, and what I was looking into, like crypto, and that looked very promising at the time. And I found this crypto company that I invested in because I felt like, oh, passive income, how amazing, right? I want to be able to do nothing and earn from that. But unfortunately, in this particular situation, that was not functioning. So that crashed totally. And I lost all of my money. And I realized, like, a lot of my friends who had invested as well, they all just lost all of their money. So I had no money at all. I was struggling to pay my rent. I didn't know how to provide for myself, like to put food on the table and stuff like that. And my relationship crashed and everything. So what I realized when I got into this water was that not only does this provide for better health freedom, it also opens up for more financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom, which is so aligned with what I wanted to create for myself. So I actually was in a state where I thought that I was really healthy because I was eating well, I was working out and stuff like that, but I still suffered from suffered mentally. But I didn't make that conclusion, that it could be physical or due to my health. So but I saw a beautiful way of providing more help for others, and at the same time starting to create a leveraged income for myself, so that I, in the future, could live a life that I really wanted to, where I would have location freedom. And as you see, I'm here in beautiful Mexico and in the sunshine.
Yeah.
For you to see.
Yeah.
And I have my time freedom. I don't have to put my alarm, and I'm building more and more financial freedom as well by supporting others create a more healthy, sustainable life, which is just win, 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 in my opinion.
Do you need more fingers?
I need two more hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for sharing that too. Yeah, and that's it, right? Because a lot of people, I think that can be a really big limiting factor for people really living their best life is, the work that we do. And if we're not feeling aligned in the work that we're doing, or it's keeping us stuck somewhere that we really don't want to be, we're not thriving, that is going to affect our health.
It is. And and if we don't have any money to even like take the bus to meet our friends or whatever, it's limiting us so much. And I have big projects that I want to create. I really want to do something really beautiful and big with other like-minded people. How am I gonna do that if I don't even know how to put good food on the table.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
Exactly. Like we have to meet our survival needs before we can thrive, right?
Yeah. I'm all about thriving.
Same.
I'm done with just surviving. I want to live.
You didn't come here just to like pay bills and barely get by and like live for the weekend.
Yeah.
And then Sunday rolls around and you're like, fuck, I have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like this is not the life that anyone deserves.
Right? And I heard something so cool that stuck with me the other day. Someone told me that they realized what job actually stands for.
Oh,
JOB, just over broke.
wow.
And that's so true because we don't get paid much more than just getting by. Maybe we can afford to have like a vacation for 2 to 4 weeks in a year. But I want to live like that for my whole year, my whole life. I want to have a vacation lifestyle because every time I was traveling, I felt like this is how I want to live. I want to live like this. I want to have sunshine every day. I want to have this vibe. I don't want to go home. I want that energy to be my home. And I think that's why I feel, as I told you before, like in Sweden, I kind of like didn't feel like home because it's a frequency, it's a vibe. Right. And I find that vibe here with all of the magical, amazing beings here in Tulum.
It's a different energy here. And it's like, I tell people, it's like, you don't really understand unless you come here and been here and experienced it. It's like, so many people are like, why Tulum? And I'm like, energy, it's the people. Energy. It's like, you just gotta experience it.
Yeah. Just like you and me, for example, we met on a gathering called the Girl Gang. And I want to give a shout out to the Girl Gang because seriously, my favorite place in Tulum so far, where like ambitious women come together and we learn things together and network and kind of like just support and uplift each other. I love that. And we met at one of these events and we're just like,
you used the word alignment and I was like, oh, that's my word. Right? She knows what's up.
Yeah. So we kind of, we really vibed there. And that's what I go for now. That like when I vibe with people, that is for me just my spirit just aligning or you know are in the same frequency with someone else, which means like, okay, we're compatible, we can do things together, we can grow together, because everything for me is like about being able to evolve, to grow, and to you know thrive, right? So if we listen to those things, the signals from the universe or higher selves, call it what you want to call it, then we are giving ourselves permission to follow divine guidance.
Amen. So well said. Love it.
And that's what happened when I came across with the water as well. I felt it in my whole being, like spirit was just like kind of like pulling my stomach forward, pushing me in the back, like go there, look into it. I'm like, okay, I am, you know, and it's the best decision that I ever took. Actually, the best investment in my health, the best investment.
That's incredible. Oh, wow.
I'm just so excited to spread it to everyone around me.
Yeah, thank you for generously sharing this big bottle of water with enjoying it. Absolutely. Oh, it's magical. And we were also talking earlier about just Tulum and how like even being here in the energy, it's like helping our wellness, right?
Right.
Yeah. Like for me, I was shocked. Like I've just been living my best life and I've been into health and wellness for years. Like I started working as a personal trainer when I was 18 years old. And I stepped on the scale for the first time in like a year, just out of curiosity. And I was down 20 pounds. And I'm like, what? How did this happen?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is crazy. It's not like I was really doing much different in terms of my lifestyle, except for living my best life. Like living, like following what my soul wants to do. I feel like my inner child's been like out playing. I'll hop on my bicycle, go like ride to my friend's house, and we're just like having a great time, running around barefoot in the sun, splashing around in the waves. And like my soul is so happy, and then weight just falls off of me.
Yeah.
Like inflammation, water retention. And I'm like, okay, there we go.
So good.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like I'm just moving so much more. I'm just feeling so much more alive. It makes magical things to our beings in all levels.
And you're looking so strong.
Stronger than ever. So proud of my progress. Just being able to kind of like slow down more has made me be able to focus more on my like physical well-being, my fitness, my food, people. It's wonderful. I love it.
Beautiful.
And
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just in the beginning of my journey.
We're just getting started.
We're just getting started here. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. Yeah.
It gets to be fun, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah. I know. I'm just on such a mission to help people thrive and live their best life because this is why we're here. If you're not feeling that way, like there is a better option.
Oh,
There is a better way to do it.
It is. And if this resonates with you, I really want to invite you to connect with me. You'll find me on all social media platforms as Claudia Freedom. Or you can just connect with me, with Martina.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm really open. I would love to teach you everything about the health benefits or the business, how to create your freedom lifestyle on your terms, how to create just your life based on your true authentic self. Because that is something that is so valuable for me because I've always felt like the weird kid, but now I feel like the most magical blessed kid. So it's just allowing ourselves to step into our gift and not suppressing them anymore. And we were talking about that before as well. We don't have to be able to do everything. We just do our thing, what is our purpose. And then maybe we're not good at something else, but then we have other beautiful people that collaborate with, we can build together with. Yeah. And I'm not good at fitting into what kind of mold.
Are you sure?
I shape shift too much.
That's the thing though. I feel the same way. I'm like, I never fit in. And I always tried to fit in. And then I got to a point where I was like, fuck it, I don't want to fit in. I don't want to be normal. Yeah. I want to be me. Yeah. This is way better.
I want to be extraordinary. I believe we all are.
Yeah.
I believe we all are.
Be yourself.
Being normal or fitting in is just some kind of like program, I think. We learn.
It's like a social construct. Yeah, and we feel like we're not good enough if we don't, but it's like you weren't meant to fit in. You were meant to be a unique expression of the divine energy that we're all a part of, we're all connected to, but you are your unique flavor of it. So be you.
Yeah. So be spicy, be sweet, be
whatever you want to be.
Yeah. I'm so grateful for this. I think it's good if we kind of round it up because we're gonna move on soon. But I could talk to you forever.
I know, right? I know. Same. It's so natural. Yeah. But we're gonna go to a girl gang event tonight too.
Yeah, we're gonna prepare some fresh fruits and bring some. For those of you who don't know Girl Gang, it's every first and third Wednesday at the Real Coconut Kitchen in Pueblo, not by the beach, because I learned that there are two of them.
Yes. Yeah, I used the wrong location. You're like, where is everyone?
Yeah. And I also, like, for anyone who's around here, I provide with unlimited supply of vital living and water from my place. So come over with your containers and just fill it up. Don't be shy.
Wow. Yeah. That's so kind of you. Thanks for sharing this magical water. for sharing yourself with all of us.
And thank you for having me here. That was amazing.
Yeah, thanks for having me on your show too.
Yeah, so great.
Collaboration.
Okay. Stay amazing, beautiful soul. Hope to talk to you soon again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.